Hello beautiful people, you're welcome to another edition of Golden Stitches to do how to achieve the various peplum types. So as we all know, we have 360. The most popular peplum types, we have 360 and 720. Is that okay? But 1080 and 1440, people use it if you want to get volume in your peplum. Is that okay? So but today I'm going to teach you how to achieve all these peplum types. So the first one that we're going to deal with is the 360 degree. What does it mean? It just means what? One cycle. So and the formula you're going to use is waste plus allowance over what? 6.28. Now I know some of you will ask this, why are we dividing by 6.28? Because you are working with circumference, and you know pi, we are using pi, which is 22/7. If you divide it, you have what? 3.14. You have 3.142. If you multiply by 2, it will bring you back to your 6.28. Is that okay? So now let's take a client's waist of 30 inches. So how are you going to calculate your allowance? You are going to come here. This is one of the peplum I've already made with my pattern paper. So what we are going to do is, this is the zip place. This is where we are going to attach our zip. So what are you going to do? You are going to put 1 inch on this side, 1 inch on this side. So if you calculate the 2 inches together, you have what? 2. That is plus 2. When you divide it by 6.28, what you have is what? 5 inches. Is that okay? Then now let's take the 720. The 720 degrees. So what it implies is what? 2 big peplum. 360. 360. So the formula you are going to use is still your waist plus the allowance you are going to add plus divided by 2. Why are you dividing by 2? Because you want to achieve 2 peplum or 2 cycles. Everything divided by what? 6.28. Now let's take client waist of 30 inches plus, now let's calculate the allowance that we are going to need. Now introduce my second pattern. So what we are going to do now, we're going to add now washu. This is the first part we are going to add to this place. So what are you going to do? You are going to calculate the inches that you are going to use to sew this area. So and normally we sew with ½ inch. Is that okay? So you calculate the ½ inch that you are going to use here, ½ inch that you are going to use here, making what? 1 inch. Then you now come to where the zip allowance is. You now come to where the zip allowance is. You now take 1 inch here, then 1 inch here, making what? 3 inches all together. Because this is 1 inch, 2 inch plus the other half inch you are using, which is what? 3 inches over 6.28. Is that okay? So you are going to do that mathematically. Then the value that you are going to have. Alright, so after you divide your 16.5 divided by 6.28, you get 2.6. Is that okay? So let's move to the next one. Is a 1080 degrees, which also implies is what? 3 cycles. We're still doing the same thing. Is that okay? So we have waist, which is the 30 inches we'll be using, plus the allowance. The allowance here is going to be 4 divided by 3, because it's 3 peplum. Everything divided by 6.28. So you are going to have 6.28. When you divide it, you are going to have 1.8. So it means that, what that means is that when you fold your peplum, once you fold your peplum this way, you are going to measure 1.8 to get the waist, this waist line here. Is that okay? Alright. So the next one is the 1440 degrees, which means we need what? 4 cycles. The same thing, we're still using 30 inches, but now the inches that we will need will be what? 5, and you are going to divide by 4 because we are working with 4 cycles. Divide everything by 6.28. By the time you do your division, you are going to have 1.4. So that is what you are going to cut. And when you are cutting this peplum in 4 different places. Is that okay? This 1.4, 1.4, 1.4, you are going to cut it in 4 places. This 1.8, you are going to cut it in 3 places. Is that okay? So it's the joining that is all this allowance that we are putting, this 5 and this 4. Is that okay? So that, because if you cut the exact waist, by the time you sew all those half inch out, you won't be able to achieve the person's waistline. So the allowance is very, very important in this type of cutting. Is that okay? So if you have any question, please, you can leave it in the comment section below. If you are new to our channel, you are so welcome. We love having you here. Then you can subscribe, you can share our videos, give us a thumbs up, like our video. We appreciate all your efforts. God bless you. Have a nice day.